Understanding the Holy Spirit. In the tapestry of faith, the concept of the Holy Spirit emerges as a luminous thread, weaving through the annals of human history, transcending time and space to illuminate the path of the devout. Who is this enigmatic presence, this ethereal force that whispers truths to the soul and kindles the fires of divine inspiration within the human heart? In other words, who is the Holy Spirit? How does people receive him? And how does he work? To embark on this journey of understanding, we must delve into the sacred scriptures, where the essence of the Holy Spirit is revealed in all its glory. The Holy Spirit, often referred to as the third person of the Trinity, embodies the very breath of God, the ineffable essence of divine presence that permeates the cosmos. In the book of Genesis, we are told that the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters, Genesis 1 verse 2, a testament to the primordial role of the Holy Spirit in the act of creation itself. Here, in the dawn of time, we glimpse the divine breath, the animating force that brings forth life from the void. But who, then, is this Holy Spirit, and how do we come to know it? The scriptures speak of the Spirit as a comforter, a guide, and a source of wisdom. In the Gospel of John, Jesus promises his disciples that the Advocate, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, will teach you all things and will remind you of everything I have said to you. John 14 verse 26. Here, we see the Holy Spirit not as an abstract concept, but as a living presence, a divine companion on the journey of faith. To receive the Holy Spirit is to open oneself to the transformative power of divine love. In the book of Acts, we read of the disciples gathered in prayer on the day of Pentecost, when suddenly a sound like the blowing of a violent wind came from heaven and filled the whole house where they were sitting. They saw what seemed to be tongues of fire that separated and came to rest on each of them. All of them were filled with the Holy Spirit, Acts 2 verses 2-4. In this moment of epiphany, the disciples are filled with the Holy Spirit, their hearts ablaze with the fire of divine presence. But receiving the Holy Spirit is not merely a one-time event, it is an ongoing journey of spiritual awakening and growth. The Apostle Paul exhorts the faithful to be filled with the Spirit, Ephesians 5 verse 18, urging them to continually open themselves to the transformative power of divine grace. It is through prayer, meditation, and acts of love and service that we invite the Holy Spirit into our lives, allowing it to work its wonders within us. So, how does the Holy Spirit work, and what does it do? In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus declares that he has come to preach good news to the poor, to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery of sight for the blind, to release the oppressed, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor, Luke 4 verses 18-19. Here, we see the mission of the Holy Spirit laid bare, to bring forth justice, healing, and liberation in a world bound by sin and suffering. The Holy Spirit is the gentle whisper that guides us in moments of doubt and uncertainty, the still, small voice that speaks to the depths of our souls. It is the source of courage in the face of adversity, the wellspring of hope in times of despair. Through the Holy Spirit, we are empowered to live lives of faith, integrity, and compassion, bearing witness to the love of God in all that we do. But the work of the Holy Spirit extends beyond the individual soul. It is a force for transformation in the world around us. In the book of Romans, Paul writes that the Spirit helps us in our weakness, and intercedes for us with groans that words cannot express, Romans 8 verse 26. Here, we see the Holy Spirit as an advocate for justice and righteousness, working through the hearts and minds of believers to bring about God's kingdom on earth. In conclusion, the Holy Spirit is not merely an abstract theological concept, but a living presence, a divine force that moves and breathes in the world. To receive the Holy Spirit is to open oneself to the transformative power of divine love, allowing it to work its wonders within us and through us. Through prayer, meditation, and acts of love and service, we invite the Holy Spirit into our lives, becoming vessels of God's grace and instruments of divine peace. In the words of the psalmist, "Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me," Psalm 51 verse 10. May we open our hearts to the indwelling presence of the Holy Spirit, allowing it to guide us on the journey of faith and lead us into the abundant life that God has promised to all who believe.